What's going on, everybody? It is your man Eric Pate here, back with another video. So today I'm going to go through the NFL playoffs wildcard round. We're going to do this the same way we did this last year. What do I mean by that? Meaning we're going to do this round based off of each round. Meaning I'm not going to tell you my prediction as all of them now. Now, what do I mean though is meaning I'm just going to discuss my picks for the wild card round, and then next week we're going to talk about how we did for wild card, and then make our picks for the divisional round, and then when we do the divisional round, and then when it's time for the conference championships, we're going to discuss how we did in the conference championships, now in the divisional round, and then we're going to make our picks with a screen recording video, and then we're going to do a live action video of me making my prediction. We did the same thing we did last year. We did what I just discussed is how we did it last year. Alright, so anyway, let's jump right into it. Our first matchup we have is the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe that's the first matchup. Let me double check ESPN real quick. You guys are going to double check with me. Wait for it to load. NFL. Shit. Wild card. Okay, no, I stand corrected. It's the Chiefs and the Browns and then Dolphins and Chiefs. No, Texans and Browns and then Dolphins, Chiefs. Steelers, Bills. Rams, Lions. Packers, Cowboys. Buccaneers, and the Eagles. Alright, so we're going to do this we're going to do this in order, not in how the games are, okay? So our first matchup is the Browns and the Texans. Now, I think this is going to be a really great matchup. Now, Houston basically was in a three-way tie before this last week, was in a three-way tie with the Colts and the Jaguars to win the division. Now, here's the thing. Cleveland or Houston has never been to a Super Bowl. It's been a while since... Houston has never been in an AFC championship. But Cleveland, on the other hand, has been to a handful of them. Just has not yet sealed the deal. But, my opinion though, Cleveland locked their spot in basically around the same time Baltimore did. If somebody can fact check me on that, let me know in the comments. If Cleveland did clinch your spot around the same time the Ravens did, I would appreciate that. If somebody can fact check me on that. I'm not gonna say anything negative if you do, but I'm pretty sure it was either the same week or the week after that Cleveland clinched their spot. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Deshaun Watson. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Myles Garrett if he's still on the Browns. But I honestly think Cleveland has a better shot at making the divisional round. I'm going to turn up my brightness a little. So I think, for the sake of this video, I personally feel like Cleveland is better built. They have a lot better team. Now, a couple years ago, you would have called me crazy. About 3 or 4 years ago, you would have called me crazy if I picked Cleveland over Houston, but I'm going to have to pick Cleveland over Houston for this one. Next matchup we have going on, according to ESPN, we have the Dolphins in the Chiefs. Oh, this is going to be a good matchup. I think both teams are going to be equal. Tyreek Hill playing his first game at Arrowhead. I think this is Tyreek Hill's first game at Arrowhead, not in Chiefs uniform. Miami and Kansas City are two of the greatest teams, and they both should have easily been division champions. If it wasn't for, I would say, quite a few missed calls. I would say they're in the Miami versus Bills game. I couldn't really I couldn't really remember what the missed calls were. So, but I feel like Kansas City has more experience in the playoffs in recent years than the Dolphins. Even though this is Dolphins' only second time making the playoffs, second year in a row making the playoffs, ever since I started paying attention to the NFL. So I don't know. I don't know what to say here. Both teams are really good. Do I have a coin here? I would say this is an even matchup, really. But if my boss is watching this, he's going to be pissed at what I'm about to say. But I feel like the Dolphins is going to have the edge over Kansas City. Same time, I think the Chiefs do. But I just feel like Dolphins are better built. Like I said, my boss is watching this. He's probably going to be pissed. Lastly, we have Buffalo at Pittsburgh. I easily have to give this to Buffalo. Pittsburgh barely got in. Pittsburgh barely got in the playoffs. I think they lucked into a win over Baltimore. Okay, I don't like the Bills and I don't like the Dolphins, but I feel like both teams are better built. So, and like I said, my boss is going to be pissed because he's a big Chiefs fan and I chose Miami over the Chiefs, so I just feel like Miami is more built. Alright. Oh, we should have done that second to last. I just realized. God damn it. Sorry, my favorite hockey team is playing right now. The St. Louis Blues. On the NFC side of things, we're going to look at the Packers-Cowboys first. Ooh. Okay, the Pack kind of barely got in as well. Now, I could be totally wrong. Somebody can fact check me in the comments. So, yeah. So I feel like the Packers are going to make a better run for the Cowboys' money. Cause it just seems like the last 3 or 4 appearances that the Cowboys and the Packers had against each other, the Packers have beaten the Cowboys. I think the last time they faced each other in the playoffs, the Packers beat them. So, and I think the last handful of times they played each other, actually, the Packers won. Let me check. Alright. We're trying to look this up together. Alright. Packers is on a 4-game win streak against the Cowboys as they beat them in the 2016 playoffs, 2017, 2019, and 2022. I feel like the Packers, though. I feel like the Packers are going to give the Cowboys a little bit of a run for their money. So, with that being said, this is going to be a good game. But, unfortunately, this could be the first year we don't see the 2 seed making it past the first round. I know I'd probably just pissed some people off by doing this. Sorry, my mom was texting me. I was trying to text her how her day was earlier, but she was in a meeting. But anyway, so I feel like the Packers are probably go past the Cowboys. Now, my dad's a big Cowboys fan, and I probably just pissed him off. So I do apologize, Dad. Detroit versus the Rams. You have to give me Detroit. Give me Detroit. I feel like the Lions are a lot better. I feel like the Lions are a better team than what we have seen in the past. They should have easily gotten the number 2 seed. They were robbed from the number 2 seed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch the Decker 2-point conversion. That was immediately taken away because the refs decided to wait 20 damn seconds to call a freaking penalty on them. So give me the Lions here. Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. No, Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. You have to give me the Eagles in this situation. As much as I loathe the Eagles, you have to give me them. You have to give me the Eagles here. Why? Because the Eagles were trying to get the NFC East title, and they were fighting the Cowboys for it, and they had a strong start to the season. I believe the Eagles are gonna find something against the Buccaneers. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and add this onto a video. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish here for my whole playoffs. Now, we are still gonna do the part series. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my full playoff predictions right now. For those of you who want to see my full playoff predictions right now with our results here. So if you decided just to watch the wildcard video, you know what to do. If not, like, subscribe, comment, favorite, be nice, cool, be awesome, marry, pay, don't hate. See you later. And give me 1 second if you are watching the whole playoff video. All right, welcome back. So the reason why I just say welcome back is because I'm not going to upload 3 separate videos. We're just the 2. The one with my divisional round in front of this, if you are watching the whole playoff prediction. Now, with our picks from the divisional round, here's what we're looking at. Baltimore, Miami, Buffalo, Cleveland. Baltimore playing Miami, Buffalo playing Cleveland. The Lions playing Philadelphia, 49ers playing the Bengals. Not playing the Packers. I don't know where Bengals came in from. That's my bad. So let's start off with... Do we want to start off with AFC or NFC? We're going to start off with NFC for this round. San Francisco is going to easily get by the Packers. I feel like San Francisco is going to be the favorite to win Super Bowl 58. I 100% think... I think the 2 favorites right now, we're going to discuss the other in just a sec. San Francisco is one of them. So, give me San Francisco going through the Packers. If you are an NFC team, if you are one of the 7 NFC teams remaining and you want to win the Super Bowl, you have to get by San Francisco. I feel like San Francisco is going to make a huge run for it. And then we got the Lions and the Eagles. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. Your hopes are going to end this round. Mainly because the Lions are way better built than the Eagles right now. And the Eagles are going to get exposed. Next up, we have in the divisional round, we have the Ravens in Miami, Buffalo and Cleveland. Well, Ravens in Miami, that's going to be a good matchup, but there's just a lot. I think there are better players. There are a lot better players on the Ravens than there are on the Dolphins. I'm sorry, Dolphin fans, if you think I'm crazy, but I think it's going to be that. Now we have Buffalo versus Cleveland. I think Buffalo's going to make a good run for Cleveland's money, but at the same time, I feel like Cleveland is going to get by Buffalo. I think there's some better players in Cleveland, in my honest opinion. Even though I'm not a big fan of Deshaun Watson with the whole, I think, sexual assault scandal going on with him. Alright. Anyway, what was I going to say earlier? Now, we have the conference championship game. Whew. We have the Lions and the 49ers, and then we have Ravens and the Browns. I honestly think it's kind of go down between... I feel like this is what I think is going to happen. I think 49ers going to get a little too cocky, start losing some ground to the Lions. Well, okay, scratch that. The AFC game is going to happen first. Both these games are taking place on the same day, January 28th. Okay? The Cleveland-Baltimore game's around 2 o'clock, I think, my time. And then the 49ers and Lions game is around 5:30, my time. Anyway, well, that's if that's what the conference championships happen to be. I feel like, though, like I said about the 49ers, if you are any of the 7 remaining AFC teams right now, I feel like you have to get by Baltimore. Because I don't think Baltimore's going to lose to Cleveland. Same time, Cleveland could go to the first Super Bowl. I don't know what their regular season score was. Let's look at the Ravens versus Browns last game. Okay. Browns barely beat the Ravens last time they played. But the Ravens destroyed the Browns back in October. I'm sorry about all these ads. Anyway, let's go back up here. I feel like, honestly, I feel like Cleveland's the only team that's going to give Baltimore a run for their money. And I think that's going to happen. I think Cleveland's going to give Baltimore a run for the money. And Cleveland's probably going to make their first appearance in the Super Bowl. It's going to take them it took them 58 years. They finally made the big game. Oh, wait a minute. I have a question for you. Who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl? Who's going to be playing Cleveland? Well, that night, if this happens to be it, that night the Lions and the 49ers face off. You know what would be funny? If the Lions go. And I feel like the Lions are going to give the 49ers a little bit of a run for the money. But again, like I said before, if you want to win, if you are one of the 7 NFC teams remaining, as I'm making this video, there are 7 teams remaining. You have to get past San Francisco. I feel like San Francisco is gonna make a huge run in playoffs and kind of go to their 9th Super Bowl. And this is what a Super Bowl matchup looks like. Did I get that right? 9th? No, 8th. My mistake. So yeah, now we have the San Francisco 49ers facing off against the Cleveland Browns. My honest opinion, this is going to be a great Super Bowl if this is the matchup. Even if this is the matchup right here too. This is going to be a great Super Bowl. And having both Ohio teams in their first Super Bowl being the 49ers, because when Cincinnati went to their first Super Bowl in 1979, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. 1982, 1983 season, I think it was. No, 1981, 1982 season. But we have the Cleveland Browns then facing off against the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. Now, this is going to be a great game if this is the matchup. As I said before, I'm not a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I'm also not a big fan of San Francisco. But if this is a matchup, give me San Francisco. You have to give me the San Francisco. Why, you might ask? San Francisco, in my opinion, is the greatest team in the NFL right now. Sure, the record's not as great as the Ravens, but they exposed the shit out of Philadelphia a few weeks ago. And Brock Purdy is a one hell of a quarterback. Even though he's only in his 2nd year as an NFL starter. Well, it's also his sophomore season. I think last time I checked, it's his sophomore season. But holy shit, you have to give me San Francisco if
San Francisco and Baltimore makes the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great matchup, but I think this is the chance to see San Francisco get their 6. If you're a 49ers fan, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the year you're going to number 6. Like, have Connor favorite, be nice, go be awesome. Eric Payton on the hates. See you later.